If you've been dealing with gut issues, brain fog, or fatigue, your body just might be sending you early warning signs. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 subtle but really important signs that your body is under stress. And more importantly, what can you do about it? So, hi, I'm Dr. Kate Erickson. I am a board-certified internal medicine physician, registered dietitian, and an integrative and functional medicine specialist. Here on this channel, we break down what your symptoms actually mean so that you can understand your body and transform your health. So sign number 1, gut issues that you didn't used to have. The key idea here is that chronic stress can actually redirect blood flow away from the gut, which slows digestion and can ultimately lead to inflammation within the gut and imbalance in the microbiome. So when you're stressed, your body is in fight or flight mode. This actually shunts that blood away from your gut to those survival systems of your body. What do you need to survive under stress? Your heart has to pump, your brain has to function, your muscles have to be able to be utilized to run away, let's say from a saber-toothed tiger or a bear or something that was going to maul you. So it actually shunts the blood away from the digestive tract to save your life. Thank goodness that can happen. However, when we are under constant daily stress, that is not a good recipe. That chronic shunting of blood actually away from the GI tract leads to so many chronic symptoms that I see in clinic and that you may be struggling with. Maybe it's gas and bloating. Maybe it's chronic abdominal pain. Maybe you have alternating diarrhea and constipation. You've been told you have IBS. You have new food sensitivities. Maybe you have heartburn, new or worsening irritable bowel syndrome symptoms. So the idea here, chronic stress can actually change the gut microbiome, increase intestinal permeability or leaky gut, and contribute to dysbiosis. All of these things we will explore in much more detail in future videos. Sign number 2, brain fog and fatigue. Who doesn't have brain fog and fatigue these days? I see it all the time in my practice, and I've even been there too. So the brain is so sensitive to things like nutrient status, inflammation, hormone changes caused by stress. And stress doesn't just affect your mood. It affects actually how the brain creates energy. We now understand that many of the mental health symptoms, such as depression or anxiety, even neurodegenerative conditions, are not probably an isolated brain problem. They may be a body problem that affects the brain, like Dr. Mark Hyman talked about in his book, The Ultramind Solution. So how does this show up? Difficulty focusing. You feel slow or foggy. Maybe you need caffeine as a pick-me-up just to function throughout the day. You feel exhausted despite sleeping extra or taking naps. So when the body is inflamed or undernourished, the brain cannot keep up with the metabolic demands of constant decision-making and processing. Instead of sending you pain like a sore muscle might, the brain sends different signals that often show up as vague fatigue or fogginess or irritability or even forgetfulness. So sign number 3, mood changes like anxiety, irritability, or always feeling on edge. Stress hormones shift our neurotransmitters, our blood sugar, and inflammation response. All of these can affect our mood as well. So when that cortisol, fight or flight stress signal is high, it changes the way our brain perceives the world. You may feel more anxious, more overwhelmed, more emotional, quick to react, even if nothing dramatic has really changed in your life. You might be snapping at loved ones, feeling overstimulated, have difficulty winding down, or your mind might be racing at night. Which leads us to sign number 4, sleep changes. Cortisol, when it's out of balance, can actually affect your sleep-wake cycle. So you might be exhausted all day and then wide awake at night. What's up with that? I see so many patients in my practice where they're exhausted all day. They wish they could take a nap, and then 9 p.m. hits, they hit their head on the pillow, and they are like wide awake and they can't turn their brain off. Maybe you fall asleep okay, but then 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. happens and you're awake and your mind again is spinning and you can't turn it off. I see these things so often, but the good news is there's so much that can be done to help regulate the sleep-wake cycle and our circadian rhythm using a functional medicine holistic approach. You don't have to jump to a sleeping pill like Ambien or something else. And in fact, there's many reasons why you might not want to go that direction. And instead, utilizing a functional medicine approach can often get at the root cause of why the disruption is happening in the first place and restore balance. So sign number 5, adrenal and HPA axis imbalance. We alluded to this, but what that is there's a connection between your brain and your adrenal glands. The adrenal glands sit on top of the kidney, and that's where cortisol is produced. Cortisol is that stress hormone. Now, under acute stressful situations, it raises, thank goodness it does, for all the reasons we talked about above. But again, when you're under constant chronic stress, that constant output of cortisol can actually lead to a dysregulation of this intricate connection between the brain and the adrenal glands. This might be experienced in your life by feelings of like afternoon crashes, again, needing caffeine throughout the day. You might have weird salty cravings or sugary cravings. You might feel tired but wired. You might have difficulty handling normal states of stress. Thank goodness we have these systems. Again, they keep us alive, but they were designed for those short bursts of stress and not chronic modern life. So what can you do about it? What is one simple takeaway that you can start doing right now to improve your health? So one actionable step that I encourage all of my patients to do is first thing in the morning, they open their eyes, there's a tall glass of filtered water right there on the nightstand. Before their feet even touch the ground, enjoy drinking that glass of water. And you might be totally surprised at how you feel after a week of doing this habit. Even before your morning coffee, before you look at your phone, just sit with a tall cup of water and drink it slowly. This hydrates your kidneys. It supports detoxification, which we have been doing all night long, flushing those toxins through the kidneys. And it's incredible, the difference that you might experience. So in closing, stress affects every system of our body. And the good news is we can retrain these systems with the proper ingredients, so to speak. So in upcoming videos, we're going to talk about all of this in depth. We're going to talk about gut healing, about adrenal support, daily practices to shift your physiology back into balance. And I'm really excited to share this with you. So if you found this information helpful, please hit like and subscribe and share this information with someone who you think might benefit. Again, I'm Dr. Kate, and I'll see you in the next video.